Green Lantern New Guardians number 5, written by Tony Bedard, art by Tyler Kirkham. We left off last issue with Larfleeze, the Orange Lantern, sending the New Guardians out on a trip to this giant solar system sized and shaped spaceship that appeared in the middle of a galactic core. And this issue just picks up right with them arriving. So they show up and they're all freaked out by the sheer scale of it, how it is literally an entire solar system. It's surrounded by alien ships, and Kyle's like, hey, Ring, could you tell all those ships to get away? Because we're about to go mess some stuff up in there. And the Ring's like, dude, all the ships are empty. There's no one in there. And he's like, okay, well, there was somebody in there yesterday, so that's weird. And as they approach the ship, just some petty little arguments break out. Arkilla's all pissed off at Saint Walker, and Kyle doesn't trust the Indigo tribe member Monk, and, just little infighting. And they realize, okay, this thing's massive enough, we need to split up. But we can't go individually because nobody here trusts each other, so we're going to have to go in teams of 2. And Kyle tells Arkilla to go with Glomulus, the Orange Lantern, construct. And he's like, I'm not going with that thing. Are you kidding me? No, he's an idiot. I'll go alone. And Kyle's like, you're not going alone, dude. And so St. Walker stops. So it's like, dude, I'll go with him. It's cool. No problem. So Monk and Fatality, the Indigo and Pink Lanterns, go about on a team. So that just leaves Kyle and Glomulus. And he's like, all right, that's fantastic. Meanwhile, we see what's happening to Bleeze. She comes back to the Red Lantern planet, reports to Atrocitus, who's asking, like, hey, you find out who took that ring off of our Red Lantern? And he's like, no, but maybe ring broken. And Atrocitus is so pissed off at how useless she is because she can't make thoughts out of her rage that he grabs her by the neck and plunges her into the blood ocean on Yzmal, which, if you were reading Red Lantern, is decidedly not why he did that. But I went back and read Red Lanterns number 1 and 2 just for this, and technically it doesn't conflict with anything that was shown. So you're on thin ice, Tony Bedard. Regardless, it cuts back to Okara. Larfleeze is there with Sade the Guardian, and she's like, hey, they're about to go inside of that ship. Once they do, I'm not going to have any contact. I just want to be clear on that. And Larfleeze is like, yeah, no, as long as they beat the guy in there. Anyway, get me some rat waffle cheese, which is a thing. Apparently, Larfleeze wants the big toy all for himself. Of course he does. That's his whole thing. So Kyle and Glomulus approach a door and start prying it open. Glomulus helps out. And he's not exactly intelligent, but he is sentient. He's an idiot, but he's real. And Kyle even asks about that. He's like, aren't you just a construct? And no, it's like, Glomulus is not Larfleeze. Glomulus is Glomulus. And Kyle's like, all right, whatever. So then we cut to St. Walker and Arkillo. They just came inside one of the globes, and inside is this entire, desert-looking planet with an entire alien society there. Arkillo starts freaking out because it looks like they fire missiles up at them. But as it turns out, it's actually just they can fly, and when they do, they engulf their bodies in flame. And they come up and they're like, hello, friends. What nice rings you have. Then we cut over to Fatality and Monk. And Monk is like, all right, well, there's something Fatality's like, there's something familiar about this place. But then they start talking about their histories and whatever. And Monk's confused why Fatality is in the Love Corps, considering she's killed so many Green Lanterns. And she's just like, I'm doing it to make up for amends. What about you, Monk? What's your history? You were in Compassion Corps, but you act like a soldier. What's up with that? And he stays silent, but then they're all attacked by a group of warrior, blue-skinned people. And they start fighting, not to kill, just to protect themselves. And one of the moves that Fatality does causes the general of the group to hold everybody back. And he's like, where did you learn that fighting style? And he's like, I learned it many years ago on Okara. And he's like, well, that's impossible because this is Okara. And then we go back to St. Walker and Arkillo, who are just discovering that their planet that they're on is Tamaran, a.k.a. home of Starfire's race. So that's something. And they're just happy to see him because they think that they are envoys of this archangel that protects them. And St. Walker's like, okay, you're right. We are. Tell us everything you know about Archangel, please. And then we cut to Kyle and Glomulus, who are inside yet another world. It's this metropolis, super futuristic looking city. They land down and everyone starts freaking out. Not at Kyle, but at Glomulus. And they call him the Beast. So they go to the cathedral and they see this giant statue there. And they're like, okay, well... and everyone's still running. And they're like, all right, can someone tell us what's up? And they come across a priest. And he's like, hey, do you know why everyone's running? Like, we just arrived. We haven't done anything yet. And he's like, oh, but your friend here has that symbol on his chest. And the priest goes inside and technically is running away from them, but he leads them deeper into the cathedral and shows that the adversary to the great archangel is Larfleeze. So he has the symbol of the Orange Lantern Corps on him, and Glomulus also has that. Glomulus is confused. He has no idea what's going on. Then an alarm starts going off, and the priest is like, oh, you done did it now. Whenever our people are in trouble, that alarm sounds off, and the archangel comes and protects us because we are his children, and he is our God. And he knows all of our... He's coming for you. That's basically the gist of it. And his name is Invictus, and he's aroused from his slumber in the sun, and he's coming for the lanterns. And that's where we leave off. And he's this big, bulky, hulking-looking dude as well. I like this issue. It's good. The Red Lantern thing threw me for a loop because I was so certain that's not how that happened, but it fits, and it bothers me that it fits. No, I'm okay with this book so far. It's setting up the team dynamics well because it's splitting them up. It's letting the dynamics between not exactly opposites, but Kyle and just a complete idiot of an Orange Lantern. Blue Lanterns and Yellow Lanterns are pretty much opposites, and I don't know that much about the Star Sapphires and the Indigo Tribe, but they seem like they got a thing going on, so we can explore them both together. I like the way this is exploring the team. Art-wise, it's also fantastic. I have nothing bad to say about it at all. So overall, I'm going to give this one a 7.5. I am really liking it. I'm liking how it's developing. We'll see if this villain is anything to care about, because they're just kind of dropping it. Like he's already on the prowl to come after our guys, and he just got introduced this issue. Like, okay, I mean, I can accept that. It's fine. So yeah, 7.5. See how it goes from there.